welcome to the hey guys, welcome to Meme Therapy. This is episode 2. I have a very special guest who I'm calling in from Flagstaff, Arizona. He goes by the name of Dillon Watson. He's a former New Englander like myself, and he's the host of the Coco Nino Chronicles, which is streaming live on Instagram. He's an artist, poet, singer, songwriter, but enough of me talking about him. Let me have him introduce himself to you guys. Anyway, this is Dillon Watson, guys. What? Oh, damn. Yeah. So Dillon, if you want to introduce yourself to everyone watching.
Hi. Hi. I'm Dillon. As Marcus said, I am a New England transplant living out in Flagstaff, Arizona now, and I host a weekly open mic event. So if anyone, any form of art, would love to get more poets, people that aren't like young white boys on there, that'd be dope. And it's every Sunday on my Instagram page, the Coconut. So yeah, that's me, huh?
Yeah, guys, follow
Anything
Dillon
else
Watson
say,
on
Marcus?
Instagram. It's a solid intro. But yeah, Dillon has probably the most interesting quarantine situation. But Dillon, how are you feeling today so far? How's your day going? Let's see if he doesn't lag all the way through. Tongue out. Okay, so yeah.
All right, I just moved my table. I moved closer to the house so that I can get better Wi-Fi. I think it should work better now.
Yeah, this is what happens when you work remotely with podcast. You get this. Anyway, so yeah, Dillon. So how are you feeling today? Besides this Wi-Fi
I'm doing
fandangle.
Well, let's see. I'm going inside the house now. See if this works better.
Dude, this is what happens when we get to do remote podcast. I'm with it. Oh, cool. We got guests. We got multiple guests on this podcast. Okay, let's see if he's going in. Oh, let's see. Yeah.
Is this better now? How am I coming?
Yeah, you're fine. I'm gonna edit this all out. This is the live streaming aspect. But anyway, so yeah, we got Dillon here today. Dillon, how are you feeling? How are you overall today?
Oh shit. I can't hear you like at all. I think it's because I'm using my phone. Wait.
Was it what?
Get on the computer and see if that works better.
Wasn't it working before? That's fine. It's cool. No worries. So yeah, we'll bring Dillon back in. Are you gonna? Yeah. So wait, Dillon. Dillon, what's up? Are you switching to a computer?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna plug in. I'm gonna entertain everyone. Okay, I'll send it to you in Facebook. Okay, so anyway, that was Dillon Watson. He's gonna be the guest for today, which is gonna be fun for later. But yeah, anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching the second episode of the Meme Therapy podcast. As you can see, we're working through all of it, trying to figure this out, trying to figure out the quarantine, trying to go into everything. Again, this is the second episode, so I guess we'll explain what meme therapy is, just so you guys know. This is a podcast just based on a sketch I did for a writer's packet a while ago, based on the fact that there are therapists who exist, and I always thought that Rorschach tests were weird, but I always felt like connected whenever I saw like a good meme. Like a friend would share a good meme, and it's like a whole connection between like memes and like mental health. So this podcast is based on the fact that we're online so much, and there is a fun outlet for therapy in memes, and we're just diving into all the cultures, subcultures that can come out of this from the internet and the memes that we have here, especially during this time during the quarantine, because we're all like struggling and thirsting for connection. Doesn't matter if it's OnlyFans, doesn't matter if you're watching someone's IG live or Facebook live or anything, or you guys are zooming in. I did skip out on a Zoom brunch and a Zoom happy hour today, so I'm pulling away. I clearly there's some issues, but we're all figuring it out. Yeah. But now I'm with the family. Let's go see if we can get this guy back in. All right, Dillon, can you hear me?
I don't think that the iPhone 6 is capable of streaming.
Yeah. Dillon's connection is whack. It's fine. It happens, dog. But anyway, yeah. Well, you already have the crazy enough backstory. But yeah, let's just dive back in. Dillon, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. Definitely. I got a full day of work in. Very grateful to have a job right now. So that's cool. I'm here with my main man, Adam.
Adam, what's up? Yo, guest in the podcast. It's cool, no worries. Yeah, it's good. Dillon, Dillon has a job. Dillon is one of the working few. You're not an essential worker, but can you explain what you do for work right now?
Yeah, so I'm landscaping. That's about it. But like I've been digging holes all day. Digging some. Landscaping's really different in Arizona because there's like no water here, so all you're doing is digging holes for irrigation systems to drag water from deep in the earth and make things pretty for fucking old white people. and yeah.
No, because me and Dillon, our paths crossed. Just two New England boys in New York, both living in Brooklyn, working in sales. And then Dillon, you did like the route that like most New England guys want to do for some reason, which is just become a hermit. Because like before all the landscaping gigs, you were working with the Peace Corps or
AmeriCorps. I work for AmeriCorps, and I do
AmeriCorps. Yeah.
So I work. Actually, I got the water bottle right here. Arizona Conservation Corps.
Okay. Yeah. So Arizona Conservation Corps. Okay. Yeah. So
I do I work with like state lands, like national parks, state forests, and I help do a lot of fire mitigation, trail maintenance, stuff like that. It's AmeriCorps, so like you just basically get paid nothing. You work a lot. And
yeah, do not. I mean, I'm like, no one's gonna watch this live stream. Let's hope they learn out. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, Dillon Watson from over there. Just cut him off. He doesn't represent the mission statement of AmeriCorps. But yeah, it's interesting because like, I mean, you and me both worked in sales during a small period of time where we both clearly needed the money and we hated that job. But it's interesting now because it's definitely like the mindset that you need for like sales in America versus what you're doing for AmeriCorps. Very different mindsets, right? Very different like involvements and like mentality you have to have about like the work that you're putting in, right?
Well, like I feel like in sales it projects you like the same mentality that you're helping people and you're like through your products, but really you're just scheming and scumming.
Oh man, yeah. Dillon's video cut out. But yeah, oh man. I'm really gonna dive into that one because I feel like if you're a New England guy, you just have like this weird like mentality where you just want to like isolate. Like we're all kind of open to the idea of being a hermit for some reason as a New Englander. It's like just like this upbringing, and then what ends up happening is the people who just like throw themselves into their jobs, or the people who actually go out and then eventually like hermit themselves. Like it's a weird like connection there, and Dillon's this weird representation of the person who did that. It's so funny. Like I'm gonna have to like re-record all this, but when we dive into like Dillon, what he does, it's gonna be pretty ridiculous because his like lifestyle that changed from being a salesperson into turning into AmeriCorps' like business. Very different aspect. So we'll see if this goes back in. Oh man. Yeah. When you record podcasts remotely, you have mostly just Wi-Fi issues, and this is what that is. Yeah. Who? Lord. Okay, let's see if he tags back in. Bada boop 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 boop. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, Dillon. Let's see where this guy is. And checking 1, 2. Let's go. Man, I'm gonna have to cut so much audio. Yeah. Anyway, guys, this seems like a good time to talk about our sponsor. Anyway, Meme Therapy has been sponsored from the beginning through Someday Bar, based in Boerum Hill, Brooklyn. It operates from Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday from 1 to 6, and Thursday to Saturday from 1 to 8. A delivery through DoorDash, Uber Eats, Seamless, Grubhub, Postmates. They're doing specials of $10 to 32-ounce drafts, $10 to go. Old fashions, Manhattans, margaritas, and Belvederes. They're going to be also doing some alcoholic freeze pops. So if you guys are looking to get some drinks, feel free to talk to Someday Bar. Find them online. Find them on Instagram at Someday Bar NYC. Get yourself some frozen freeze pops for your summer drinking during this quarantine pandemic. Stay healthy, stay smart, support local businesses. All the links will be in the podcast comments, as well as later in like the post recordings when I release this episode. So let's see. Dillon is his stuff is still breaking. Okay. So let's see. Let's get him back in here. And whatever. Also, you guys can like comment on this video. We can get some like live commentary with some people. Yeah. Let's see. Oh man, this is so fun. Dillon Watson. That's also true. Yeah. Oh man, yo, this is the best part. We are also still taking on sponsors here for Meme Therapy with Marcus Cardona here. So if anyone wants to jump in as a sponsor, we are taking them on. And thank you guys for watching Meme Therapy podcast. We're currently experiencing some difficulties with our broadcaster, Dillon Watson, who's chiming in remotely from Flagstaff, Arizona. But yeah, feel free to comment during this. We'll bring up questions later as soon as we get Dillon back on the podcast. I can see some viewers popping on up. Oh, man. And then I'm not sure how you guys are doing during this. It's weird. I've been watching a bunch of documentaries through just on like different subject matters, just because it seems like a good time to catch up on documentaries. Not the ones of like major controversy, but did watch The Last Dance. It's crazy how much like how much like just documentary like footage that they have that you can just like jump back into like way later on. Like, this is like all the footage from The Last Dance that's coming up like now is almost 20 years or older. Like Carmen Electra just recently had like a respike in searches solely just because of the Dennis Rodman episode, and then we all had to like jump into the Kobe episode. So we're gonna go see if like just see what if there's like a solution because I'm like a lot of the controversy and like upset is like it's all business that happened in the past for Michael Jordan. So it's like already like it was just like the behind the scenes footage that got released like later on. So let's see if we get Dylan back in here. Okay, yeah, but yeah, there's just like so many documentaries to watch right now. The one that I've been like getting super into is it's uh it's the one it's on Amazon Prime with Shane Moss, and it's just the deep dive into psychedelics. I think that for some reason that's been like the route I've been taking just to watch that one, and we'll see if we got Dylan back in. Ugh. Okay, are we on the phone again? Or are we on the camera?
We're on the phone. I don't know what's going on with my computer now. Everything in the world is telling me to not do this fucking podcast. I guess.
Do not blame the universe for your bad Wi-Fi. Also, the lack of technology in this time. This is the only apocalypse where we can talk about the end of the world through FaceTime willingly.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? It's fucking crazy. But yeah, I mean, it's working pretty well right now, so it might hold.
Yeah. No, it seems like it's working fine. But anyway, Dylan, let's just dive back into it. Hopefully there's no other Wi-Fi stuff. This is gonna be a lot of fun editing for me later, but so we were talking about like the mindset that you had from working in sales and then the mindset you had working for AmeriCorps right now, in terms of like, working in the parks and whatnot.
Yeah, so it's definitely a lot more like about in AmeriCorps about like not about giving some things up to help do good. Am I frozen now?
No, you're still good. You're still like rolling.
Oh, good. So I didn't know if it was a lag or not.
No, I'm just this is my I'm listening to you hand, like this I'm pointing. This is it.
Yeah, so I'm like, I would say like the biggest difference is that, like I said before, that AmeriCorps, they're in sales are like, this is gonna help products, and this product's gonna save people's lives. When I'm actually helping people now and helping the environment, and it's definitely a nice difference. So
yeah, definitely different mindset. Okay, so now I got two audio. So let's see if I can switch you over to the computer one. Okay, let's take this one out. All right, how does that sound?
Way better.
Okay. But yeah, dude, no, it's definitely like for some reason I feel like that is like it's something about growing up in like New England, especially if you grew up in like a rural area where you have the taste of the city and then after you get out, there's still like a very peaceful thing about like abandoning society. Cause I'm like, I'd say like at least even if you're working in sales and working in the city, like how would you compare like the stress levels that you had like doing what you do now versus obviously not during a pandemic, but doing what you do now versus what you were doing when you lived in New York?
Definitely way less stress. I mean, I still have the like, I still have to work hard and everything, but like the fact that I live outside and I'm outdoors the whole time, like it's way less stressful. And like, I think that what the biggest lesson I got from New York City is that I'm definitely not an extroverted person, that like I need to get the fuck away from people. And I think the one thing that like makes life a lot easier is not having to have fucking office talk every day. You know what I mean?
Dude, dude, I was actually talking about it because I'm like with another creative because like obviously like you and me gravitated because we both have good energy even though we were in the same city. We like both understood that what we were doing was a job and stuff like that, and then we're surrounded by people who were like just like demanding, because I'm like New York City itself is not only an overpopulated city, it's an urban setting, but because you live in New York, there's just like a mentality that you keep climbing on top, like, just like have this, because like in AmeriCorps, you don't have like, you don't have to do like, do you have to like a sale? You don't have like the equivalent of a sales quota there, right? You just, it just like comes down to like,
they'll be like, you really have to work hard this week because we're a little behind on this project, and you just like bust it out. But it's not like, deadlock. Like you work 8 days and that's it. You work your hours and that's it. And like it's not that, and I think that everyone is pretty dedicated, so there's not a problem with people slacking off. Whereas like at our old job,
you have to incentivize, but like, guys, you better work hard on the environment because we're gonna have a pizza party on Friday. Dude, yeah.
Happy hour, free like $2 beer on me, huh?
I know that you locked in a customer for like a $1,500 like annual bill, but like here's some like happy hour. This is like some dollar beers that you could have gone by yourself, but because you're with the company, it's on me. Don't worry.
So, like I remember there was like one that was like you get to spin this wheel of fortune and you get to dare someone to do something. Like, dude, I'm gonna
dude. Oh man, dude, Wolf of Wall Street, like that sales life. I'm like, it gets so
Wolf,
amplified, and then the
Wolf of
people
Wall
who
Street for Generation Z, fucking pieces of shit, dude.
you're just like, yeah, you know what? Like that's not their all is for life. But dude, some people definitely are like attracted to that lifestyle because I'm like,
Yeah,
that's
I
that like that's not the reason I'm like that I would want to go back to New York City because I'm like that's not like it. It's just like, oh man, look at all the money and like the girls and stuff like that. I'm like, that's not really it. It's like the genuine connections. And that's what people like would do. But because your work situation, because you don't have the office talk, but now you're out in Flagstaff, Arizona, just like working on like, like just like landscapes. Basically, you're working on just like in
yeah.
fields, working clearing paths,
I'm a
trees.
chainsaw, so I just cut down trees all day. Which
Oh
took me
man,
it took me a while to realize I was actually helping the environment. Because like you go into the woods and like, all right, you need to cut down all these trees. And I'm like, this doesn't seem like it seems like I'm just destroying everything, but there's a lot of benefits, especially out here because of like fire. Like basically everyone's just afraid of fire out here, which is totally
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, can you explain like the work of like if you were to clear out trees,
Yeah.
what's the reason besides fires, like what's like the reason
So
for like helping?
So, like, basically, this land in Arizona, in Colorado, was burned almost yearly by indigenous people. I can't say the facts. I don't know the facts perfectly, but it was burned often for thousands of years, and then we took all that, like white people, America took all that land from them and then stopped burning it. And so like the floor of the forest is grown a lot. So there's a lot of flammable stuff on the floor in between trees that used to get burned every year. And that's what starts a forest fire. And so we
Yeah.
cut smaller trees and leave big trees so that, because like the big trees, they're not going to catch on fire by the floor, so that like fire doesn't spread as fast or like fire doesn't spread as much.
Okay, so it's work to like limit or like buffer like the fire from like a widespread that instead of
Yeah,
like burning
exactly.
upward, it like spread out and it like fizzle out on its own, right? Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And so like, and it just like spread it out the forest. Like if you looked at the forest like 400 years ago, it'd just be a bunch of big trees with not much in between. Um, so yeah, I mean, there's like a lot of people that are like just don't touch the wilderness, and I think it's just been so controlled by human touch for so long that unfortunately we do have to do this work to prevent massive forest fires. And Flagstaff had a really bad one like 2 years ago, so they're like super paranoid about it and like trying to get this work done.
Yeah. Well, at least like it's still like a what was it? What division of like the government is like technically like your over like your boss like
So like right now, like U.S. Forest Service.
yeah, so yeah, you'd be working for the Forest Service. Yeah, because that's like no, because like no matter what, like this terrain is either if you're working in like the desert or you're working in like the woods or any of like the different biomes that like the U.S. has to offer. Like there's always like a different like situation there. And you're also and like that's the cool thing too is you're working with like-minded individuals who kind of have like this like longevity of that rather than like the immediate like success of like someone who works in sales in like a
Yeah,
big city.
they're trying to get that money and get out. Like everyone is like super dedicated, and that's what brought them here. Which that's like I think my favorite part about AmeriCorps in particular is it's all people are. It's like under 25 is the restriction. So this is the last year I can do it. And they're all people who like took massive pay cuts or chose a different alternative lifestyle because they care for the environment and want to work and help the environment.
Yeah, dude. That's definitely like the different mentality because I feel like now like the people who have the like hardest issues with like quarantine and the whole situation of like social distancing, the big issues that they have right now is they're like becoming disconnected from like that previous like lifestyle. And then you had like a very drastic like I went from like sales to doing that, and then it's just like that one. It's kind of the ability to be like malleable and be able to like change the course of like your career path or life is very like essential. Do you think you could go back into sales if you had, if like to be perfectly honest, if like you had to like go back into sales, do you think that's going to be the route that you do after this final year or no?
No.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
No,
dude, we're all changed after this, Dylan.
I mean, dude, you remember when I left New York? I was like, I'm coming back. I'm gonna be in sales again this fall, and then like, I'll see you guys in November.
Yeah.
Some other things were left open, ended, and yeah, after about a week, it took 1 week. I was like,
you're like, I can't go back to that.
No, yeah, I think after this, leaders, you can be like, if you get to the next notch, which is like crew leader, you can stay. There's no age limit on that. So like for the corp member, like if there's a 24-year-old watching this who's like, I want to do that, you have 1 year, so get on it. But like if you like if you get the experience, you get promoted to crew leader. There's no age limit on that. But like I don't want to do AmeriCorps forever. It's not.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not sustainable, but for sure, it's definitely like work that kind of has like meaning. Because I'm like, I think that's like the hardest thing ever is everyone who is kind of devastated from like unemployment or work right now is just like this lack of being able to produce something or like have something that has meaning. Because I'm like again, like working for AmeriCorps, there's meaning and stuff like that. For sales, it's just like very temporary. And then like, having clients and making them happy is like so very much not directly through the salesman, but like through like the product or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. And I think like why I went into why I got that sales job was because I studied marketing in college and business, and I thought, oh, this is what I got to do.
Yeah, Dylan, you've had like a crazy route because like you start, like myself, like a New England guy, but you went to college in upstate New York, and then you went straight to New York afterwards.
I spent the summer on Martha's Vineyard doing some landscaping work out there.
Yeah,
but that pretty much.
No, because do you also, because like even the jump route that you have, because even though AmeriCorps not like the label that you want for work, but like it's like your primary work right now, you're still like an artist and stuff like that. Because I remember that you moved to New York and you were trying to get into like promotion for shows and stuff, like show promotion, right?
Yeah.
Because that was like a previous like experience. Can you talk about that a little bit more?
Yeah, I hosted open mics. Like I had an internship in London, and I hosted open mics. I used to like work in a bar in college that I helped promote a little bit. And I really did want to get in the music industry, and I write a little bit of music, but I was shy. And yeah, I moved to New York trying to get my foot in the door in the music industry. And then it just wasn't, I don't think it was the right time in my life. I wasn't in control of myself at all.
Dude, no one is in control of anything right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Like whatever you want to pave it for yourself now.
Like, I don't have like an X on New York City. It's not like I'm done. Like, but I think that timing was just wrong, and like I was trying to get into it, but really didn't have the commitment. And then and like I knew that I wanted to get in the music industry. It's also fucking hard. Like it's
dude, every kind of entertainment industry is hard. Like at least you could still like drop singles and stuff like that and like get people out there. But like, obviously musicians also, besides like, dropping songs, they still want to be like performing, because I like the performance aspect's the hardest one. That's why like people do like the mics or still like to perform at mics and whatnot, right?
And I liked hosting the open mics because it gives people a platform to perform. And like, like I'm not trying to shamelessly plug my thing going on right now, but
hey, dude, this is where you get to plug all the things shamelessly. This is why people do podcasts. I'm like, no one's just like, oh man, I just want to like talk and stuff like that. Like, yeah, sure, you can get some interesting subject matter, but I'm like, people still want to promote something. So
so there's like so many people who want to perform, and like open mics are perfect for that. But I mean, it's just like everyone is already hosting an open mic in New York. It's kind of hard to like get your foot in the door. And then like you presented me an opportunity to do it at that bar.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, it's a music one.
Friday nights, those are my night. That's my one night. So, can't do it.
Hey man, I'm just letting you know. Because it was, I mean, the reason I got to do so many host so many like events was because like I was a service industry guy, and that one was like the route, and like that's like a smaller route because, and like I guess a more localized route because you're just performing for like, regulars and stuff, like that's it. While, obviously like at higher levels of entertainment, you want to be performing for like industry people who can give you a manager, a TV show, an agent, or whatever, get you in the right rooms. So that was like it. Because like, yeah, no matter what, I still think that there's still like an outlet now. I'm going to be having like a future guest on the podcast, Joe Joe Myers, and he started during this, he started quarantine karaoke. Have you heard of that?
No, this sounds awesome.
No, dude, it was so it's just a Facebook group on Facebook, and he started out of like Maine, and it's basically like the podcast, or like his thing itself is like, everyone would be like sing a song, you can contribute to it. It got into like, I'm pretty sure it's like at 3 million members, because they went viral because everyone was just like uploading songs on like
here.
Yeah, I'll
this guy coming on later.
No, not tonight, but like a later episode. Like that's like, I'm like, you guys get to hear on the live, but that's going to be edited out in the podcast. But it's still like one of those ones where, everyone right now is like looking for that connection. But like, it's only during times of like stress that people want that weird connection. Cause I'm like, the other aspect of like the whole situation, why I like you on as a guest too, is like the hermit aspect, because like, like I said, like working in New York and living in New York with what I would classify as energy vampires, like, all these people who just like suck you dry of like, everything, because even if you're doing your own thing, they kind of like need you, and you to kind of decipher who you're going to go back into society with, because like the hermit aspect is good to pull away from people to kind of get like a good grasp on who you are as a person. Wouldn't you say so?
Yeah, definitely made me reevaluate a lot of things about myself, because I was a fucking jumping little jelly bean in New York, and I was always doing something like going and seeing people, and like even the thing about like COVID is like, I feel like I was like, I'm steps ahead of COVID. You know what I mean?
You're just like, I was socially distancing before all this.
Yeah.
You guys just started social distancing. I was away from everybody.
I did my social distancing when I left New York back in September, but no. But like, no, it's totally different. But I felt like, in terms of reevaluating my social life and what choosing where to put my energy in terms of people, places, all that, was definitely like, it's definitely been a long process, and I'm still learning it. And I think that COVID-19, whatever the fuck it's called, I don't have TV, I don't know what the news is calling it.
So this is like the antithesis of like the conspiracy theorists who's like, dude, the truth is out there, you got to just keep watching the patterns. but so you're saying like
I think so. It hit, and my job got suspended, and I spent a month basically alone in my car, like in the middle, like in the desert. And that made me realize that like, and people would come and visit me and leave, come visit me. I have 3 different people that would see me. I have 3 people that I see. And I realized like, you know what, like less people makes me a lot happier than trying to see like 40 people every single day. And like, I felt like I was just like constantly having social plans, and like this has been a nice break to reevaluate kind of what is the best for my mental. Because like, I'm realizing the reason I was always exhausted, when I was spent emotionally, was just because I poured so much into other people, and taking all this time to myself has been really good. I don't know. That was a long win.
That's like legit. That's what meme therapy is about, man. Because it's like, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, the energy vampire thing is like real, because like now it's kind of like those weird connections that you still have, like that friend that you still have who's like problematic, who you have to like, he's still tagging along, but you have to explain to like your group of friends, but like, hey, before we go out, you should know. And I'm like, it shouldn't be like that, but because of like, just the different lifestyle of, the idea of like society and keeping everyone happy, you like get caught up in all this like nonsense. And then on the other side is like, if you're hermited, it's, you don't feel you like, I like when I'm alone or like when I'm like isolating and I say like I'm more of an introvert at this time is I like, I feel like if you do feel bad about being isolated, it's never something internally. It's always externally. It's always about like what everyone else around you will think about. And like, oh, Dylan's being so quiet, or like Marcus is being so like distant.
Yeah. Like, oh, Dillon blew me off again, or something like that. Like, it's fucking what you think. You get so caught up in what other people think. You know what I mean? Like, it's tough. It can be a trap.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So no, that's definitely how I feel. That's also the lifestyle that like everyone traps you in New York with. It's like, oh man, like because yeah, you've had like the small New England friends and like everyone from New England visit you in the big city, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're just like, for some reason, you have to be like this guide and be like, oh, it's not scary. And then
we're
like
gonna do this, and you like set up a whole. And they're like, what the fuck? Like, slow the fuck down. I don't need to do all this, man. I'm like, this is how we live in New York.
No, this is Bernie's in Brooklyn.
Yo, meet me at Welcome to the John.
Yo, do you want to go to Bossa Nova in Brooklyn? Let's just rave like some goths.
Dude, I just like pull out a secret closet, like just all like leather, like tight things. Like you guys gotta wear this if we're going to Bossa Nova. Don't ask fucking questions.
Dude, oh man, dude, because like
Jimmy, don't ask questions. We're in that fucking muzzle.
Stupid.
Well, we did that night that I went. Remember, I had my friend with me who like left. Yeah, he was like he's been living in the middle of nowhere, South Carolina for like 4 years. He was so scared when we brought him there.
Dude, well, I mean, dude, Bossa Nova is like the extreme again. I'm like, everyone's there, but I'm like, you have to be like the right type of person to like live like that. Because I'm like, dude, Bossa Nova for me is just like occasional thing. We're not like there every night. Because I know some Bossa Nova civic club heads, like people who had cards, people knew them every day. And it's like, if I go there, I'm like, maybe 2 people would recognize me, not like the entire staff. I was like, oh no.
Yeah. I'm talking like that was the only time I've ever been there. I've only been there once.
Yeah, guys, if you guys didn't know about quarantine, it's probably like the worst. Like you probably if you go to Bossa Nova now, you definitely will get like COVID-19, but also you'll have like the best night of your life.
If you're gonna catch COVID, you might as well make it worth it.
But yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Dillon, you're such like a fun like person because of like just like the similar shared like just like upbringing, same like rural situation, same except like obviously like the hermit situation that you got right now going for AmeriCorps, very different path, but that's definitely something that everyone I feel wants to do.
I think people in Arizona are from New England.
Oh really, dude? Well, dude, my a girl I used to talk to, she lives out there in Arizona, and then my cousin, she lives in Arizona with her husband. And actually, dude, we got there's some fun comments that we do have. Do you know Quentin Montour?
No.
Okay. Quentin Montour. Dillon looked like he collect Pokemon.
Yo, everyone tells me I look like Ash when I wear this hat. Everyone tells me that.
Okay. And then why bruh on the left look like the Last Samurai? I think that's me, but yeah, I'll take it, dude. Dude, these are our viewers, man. These are people commenting.
No, literally, my manager literally calls me Ash. I don't wear this hat often, but I work today. My New England skin is getting burnt in the sun here.
Yeah, man. Dude, hey, dude, that's it. But so every guest that I bring on to meme therapy, I asked them to come up with a topic that we deep dive into. Obviously, we have like a firmer understanding of Dillon and what he's about. But yeah, Dillon, before we start, how do you feel about memes? Have you ever had like a therapeutic experience from seeing memes?
Yeah. When I was yeah, dude, that's how I get through like my day sometimes. You just gotta scroll and look at memes. Like when I was living in my car for a month, dude, I always parked a place where I had just enough service to get on Instagram and look at memes.
Why do you think that people get like that joy of relief from like seeing like a good meme or something like that?
That's a good question. I think maybe, I don't know. I think entertainment is that's such a basic answer, but I think that like the ones that hit me the most is when they like pour humor on like modern news events. Like that's like,
oh dude, yeah,
they're out of control. Like
dude, well, have you? Because did you watch all the baby Tesla memes or the baby Elon Musk memes?
XZ. Fuck that guy.
It's actually pronounced H. It's Ash Archangel. So that's what I heard.
Ash Archangel.
Yeah. So X12 apparently is like a model of a it's a model of like a flying device.
Archangel,
and
right?
Well, yeah, I swear to God, like this is what that's what it is. It's Archangel, like that's what the name is supposed to be. Because the joke that I made was like, oh man, I was like 12. I was like, does that mean that he messed up 11 times? So
yeah,
A12 is a precursor to the SR17, according to Grimes, because Grimes was also like obviously you get Elon Musk, you get this techie bro, because no matter what, every time Elon is on stuff, I'm just like, you're like the techiest bro. Like he if he worked in sales, he'd be hitting the gong every day and people be like, yo, you don't know Elon? And be like
well, that Elon hit the gong like 3 times a day, man. He on 5, man. I gotta listen to his pitch. I gotta listen to that pitch.
Dude. Oh man. Yeah. So Elon, that guy, and then Grimes, obviously like the artsy goth girlfriend who works in Brooklyn. Like they're like Elon Musk and Grimes are like the perfect like Brooklyn.
Wait, Grimes.
Grimes is the music artist.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. How is he associated with Elon Musk's child? That's
the mother of his child. They've been dating.
Oh no, I know a rapper that's a dude named Grimes.
No, it's a female. No one cares about the Grimes rapper who showed up for your open mic.
Can you do the thing where you throw a photo up on here? Let me see what Grimes looks like.
Oh man. Okay, I'll pull up Grimes. So Grimes, yeah. So she is. So Elon Musk is like baby mama. Like I think they are dating. They're not. There's not like marriage or anything like there. So it is. Let's see if I can do this. Let's do share screen. Okay, let's find this. But yeah, you didn't like how you're just like Grimes, like the rapper. I was like, no. So this is Elon Musk and Grimes, but yeah, that is the mother of Ash Archangel or XAE12, whatever.
Where did you find her, dude?
Where did he find his girlfriend?
Nova that night with us.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, Grimes and Elon Musk are a perfect like goth couple. Like that's a typical Brooklyn one.
That's
like,
terrifying.
Okay. But so yeah, that meme is gold to me. All of them that are coming out are fantastic because everyone's just like, oh, it's gonna be like a robot child. My favorite thing that I've seen is the fact that they showed like iRobot. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh. So it's pretty funny. But
someone like let me get the juice. Like that is like
just like the silver sprayed baby. Oh man, Grimes, that is hilarious. Okay, let's see if we can get him back in here, dude. This is a fun podcast, just diving into all this stuff. If you get fun commentary on Grimes and the Elon Musk baby at Shark Tank, because I think that it's gonna just be terrible for that baby. And we got Dillon back in here, but yeah, dude, Dillon, how do you feel about returning back to a society with babies called spelt like that, Ash Archangel or Archangel? But if you saw that name like written out on like someone's name tag, how you gonna react?
Is the last name Musk? Is it just?
Yeah, it is. Oh yeah, and they are married apparently.
Yeah, dude, I bet that baby isn't vaccinated.
Dude, I think he has Mars vaccinations. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Elon Musk would like literally responded like, "Hey, you guys are making fun of the Prince of Mars." And I'm just like, valid.
Dude, yeah. He had to find a witch to like make that baby. No, okay. Get back onto your question. No, I think anything goes at this point. You know, there's gonna be so many babies after this pandemic. It's gonna be crazy. They're gonna run out of names.
They're gonna just run out of names, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, my sister is gonna be having her baby in like 2 months, and I'm just like, oh, thank God. I was like, well, I'm like, at least she didn't go. It wasn't a product of the quarantine. It just happened to happen while the pregnancy happened during the quarantine, because she's like,
because she got what a marital mother time, whatever. I'm blanking on it, but she just gets to chill, man. That's good.
Maternity. No, she doesn't. She's still working. Maternity leave doesn't happen yet, but yeah, dude, it's gonna be a weird world. But yeah, besides like memes, I'm glad that you know, even in like, you know, an isolating moment, a man in isolation still needs a good meme to get himself through the day.
I need them all the time.
But anyway, so every guest I have on Meme Therapy, I have them kind of jump in. Besides like memes, like, you know, there's so much of the internet that has definitely like influenced like the way that we interact, and then, you know, there's so many like communities that are created from the internet. Be it like Mike's trying to be an entertainer, be a podcaster, or anything like that. Be a comedian on Instagram, be a thirst trap, be like anything. But here's what, like, we jumped into one subject matter. So I've had every guest talk with me. Last week I had Dar Jamont, and we talked about online fighting. And this week we have Dillon Watson, and we're talking about online towns. So this is what actually pulls up when you type in online town halls, which is fun. Online town hall meetings, exploring democracy in the 21st century. Online town hall software, online town hall meeting. Also, the meeting's not that deep. All this is just a digital online town hall. Town Hall 9, which I was like, what is that? And then so online Town Hall 9 is apparently like a level that you have to fight in Minecraft. It's because like I clicked on it and I'm just like, oh, this is like, you need to beat like this. This is like a tutorial to beat Town Hall 9, which I'm guessing, dude, I might just be too old for Minecraft, because I'm just like, is that like the Elite Four in Pokemon? So
Elite Four.
And then obviously everyone's trying to watch Halloween Town online for free, because that was it. Because yeah, dude, no matter what, like, yeah, it's interesting seeing how communities, like, you know, obviously everyone can attend like a town hall meeting. Have you been to a town hall meeting before? And like, have you participated?
When I was wicked young. There was, you know, rural chaos. You know what I mean? Like,
rural chaos.
Yeah, man. Like, where I'm from, it's like half hippies, half people that have been in the town since the 1700s. So it's like no middle, just like opposite sides of the spectrum of politically. So like anything can cause the town to go crazy. So they wanted to build a library, raise the taxes like 0.2% or something to fundraise the money, and like bricks were getting thrown through windows. Like,
dude, Dude, I mean that's one aspect of like a town hall meeting. See, like the town hall meetings like I grew up in like rural Buxton, Maine, is like have you ever seen like Gilmore Girls or seen the quirky town hall? Like there's like there's like a bunch of different eccentric people and you get to see like different power dynamics because there was like one neighbor who's like, I deserve all the land and stuff like that. I'm like, you can calm down.
Yeah. That's what I was getting. It's like just like the same 10 people that run the town. I'm sure it's the same 10 people now that it was 20 years ago, and it's just like so polite. I don't know. I need to go, but I do know this one guy. Not going to mention his name, but he's an OG of West Hampton, Massachusetts. He runs everything.
Dude, no, that's pretty wild though. But dude, I definitely think it's gonna be a shift between like because like online town halls is obviously between like a live one and then like an online one because like can you explain like what brought you to like want to talk about online town groups?
Okay, yeah. I was not thinking like town hall, but like the online like Facebook pages. So I was at my friends just moved to Prescott, Arizona. And they're trying to like get like free furniture and like maybe some cats. So they're like checking out the town Facebook pages. And all it was like people just arguing about politics on this page and like old middle-aged like white ladies just going crazy. Like oh, it's so bad. I'm gonna try to find this fucking page right
now. Dude, because dude, it is 100% bad. Like these online towns, like because that's just like the shifting of like the dynamic that you have live in person to online. And dude, because like when you said online towns, like I know that there's towns because politicians in towns have Twitters now. And then there's like, everyone like posting like Jersey is hilarious. Jersey City, New Jersey's Twitter account is hilarious because they're just like, just stay home. I'm like, just how hard is it for all you Italians from Jersey to stay home? It's not that hard. Just watch The Sopranos. Like, go fuck yourself. Like that was like what the town Twitter was like. But when it comes to like Facebook town groups, like it's genuinely like people like. The way I've seen it is obviously a friend went with like the way that I've seen it is people are actually trying to like, help out one another. But it's one of the funniest things ever because I'm like, because it's online, it doesn't solve I don't think it solves stuff more than it would now, right?
No,
like a live one. It does not, dude. Online town groups, I'm like, it's good in theory. It's like communism. It's like it's good in theory, but actually in practice, I'm like, oh no, everyone's just treating this like terrible social media. Oh man. Yeah, we lost Dillon again. Broadcasting live, guys. Quentin Montour, thank you for watching. Yeah, Dillon Dillon does not. Yeah, I was talking to Quentin. I was like, Dillon does not collect Pokemon, but yeah, he's still Ash. What's up?
Yeah. No, but yeah, like it doesn't solve anything. So I'm reading this one right now. You ready for this?
Okay. So wait, what town is this? And then it's a town group on Facebook, right?
The town group on Facebook. It's Prescott, Arizona. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Okay. To the patrons at the Prescott Valley Starbucks, please be advised that there are recovering pets at the Premier Pet Hospital next door. Many attempting to sleep and recovering from surgeries from the day before. Please refrain from laying on your horn while attempting to get your coffee. Like just like the most meaningless things. Like who's
because well, that's the worst thing ever because like at some point Facebook or someone decided to be like, oh yeah, we can give towns ratings, which means you could leave reviews. And so so all you're doing is reading like town reviews, right? That's pretty much it. Or
no, this is like a public
oh man, that's like the one neighbor in like a live town hall meeting who brings up like the air of grievances, been like, hey, when you guys come around the corner, like we have like here's one weird like live town hall like complaint I had back in the day. There was like a cross street and like you had to like drive through like this, like the cross street like came here and then there was like one like lane that drove directly. And then when you had to drive there's a stoplight and there's like just happened to be this person's windows. And like they like the person I remember, they were like trying to be like, can we figure out a different route for this road? And then like we're just like, no, I'm just like, I'm sorry that your house is inconveniently like located on like a cross street. And then like I remember someone suggested maybe you should get blackout curtains, and like they had to explain to this person what blackout curtains was, and this took like half an hour in the town hall meeting. But like sometimes in those threads, it's just like it's like man, I wouldn't say like obviously politics will like lead into it, but I'm just like towns, I'm just like they don't help because you left New York before Next Door happened, because Next Door is like this new app where it's kind of like a town hall meeting, because like people can like list like stuff for the area, because now I'm seeing it work in I'm seeing an online town kind of work in like a neighborhood, because people are like, hey, like I saw someone like recently be like, hey, I need X amount of supplies. I live in the neighborhood, but I'm an older lady who's afraid to leave my house. And then I end up working for them, because I'm like, there is like a good aspect, but there's like obviously like the negative aspect. But at the same time, do you think that there's an actual like community built in there? Because I'm like, an online town kind of work in like a neighborhood, because people are like, hey, like I saw someone like recently.
Wait, did something happen?
No, I think I was just getting feedback from mine, but
yeah,
I was like, was that you talking? I'm like, I'm quiet right now, but anyway, so like, so there's politics and stuff like that, but do you think online towns like will eventually work? Because like no matter what, every like kind of like online group is still like a group that's still trying to manifest into like a physical like reaction, like a live reaction, right?
Yeah, I think it depends on the town if it's actually going to work. Like,
this is heated, Dillon. Name towns that it definitely won't work, and then towns it will.
Okay, so East Hampton, Massachusetts has one next to me, and it's just people like complaining about plowing and stuff, and like there's like some towns that are not changing. It's not like Brooklyn where it's like everything changing all the time and things need to be stopped from creating change. And I feel like that like these Facebook groups can bring people together to help make things happen or not happen if they shouldn't happen. Whereas like a small town, middle of nowhere, Massachusetts Facebook page, like
it's just all grievances of people who've been there for years, and then they're like, I'm like, they wouldn't talk to anyone if it weren't for that Facebook group.
Yeah. Exactly. It's Massachusetts. They don't leave their porch in PBR. Like,
dude, yeah, man, dude, that's that. Yeah, and then that's like the big difference with like small towns versus like big towns, because like even like the big city ones, like like new like from just like from mayor, or like governor, like everyone for New York, like Cuomo, everyone's becoming Cuomo sexuals because they're like, oh my god, let's rally behind this guy. Like, dude, and it's definitely like, yeah, again, it's I guess what would encompass it is like a small town, because I've never been in a town, I've never lived in a town where everyone's neighbors. There's either like a shift in like neighboring like schools, like the amount of money, because I'm like, there's so much just like drama in small towns, more so than like the city, because I'm like, the city is like, there's so many issues that like kind of fade into the background, while small towns, they all kind of just like gravitate over and over again and stew for years. And then when an online group happens, it's just like, fucking let's go.
Just gave all these people who've been holding it in for like 40 years a platform and just finally get out about like the way that they're plowing fucking South Street. They've been doing it wrong since '87, and like that there's so much snow in their driveway every time the plowman comes by or something like that. Like,
yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how towns, because I'm like, that's like the immediate like group of people that you're trying to like rally with change and like improvement. So it's gonna be interesting. Do you have any other thoughts about like small towns and online town groups and where they could go?
What was that photo drop?
don't worry about it, Dylan. That was a little sample.
I think, I don't know. How have towns been having Zoom calls lately? I think that maybe
towns meeting. I mean, dude, they've been doing doing presidential addresses with like Zoom meetings, just to like, because people have to. But it's it's not like a Zoom meeting. It's still like the news. It's like you get the panel, and then everyone gets like, oh, this guy on deck, boom, like that stuff. So
yeah.
like that. That's just the editing of that.
In terms of where it can go, I think just more chaos. I don't know. I think it's
you're like I don't trust people, especially after quarantine. Like all these news are just
quarantine gets out, people are going to be posting where the COVID's living in town. Like I heard, I think it's going to peak in the next 2 weeks of like the amount of bashing, and then once people are out in society, maybe they'll quarantine will make people appreciate their community more. This is my American beauty pageant address.
Maybe this quarantine will make everyone really humble.
Yeah, maybe this is like super hopeful, and I doubt it, but maybe people, from not being in society will realize the importance of community, and it'll bring a better platform in terms of that. I don't know. Instead of
hell yeah.
And maybe towns will start getting more AmeriCorps people there, and then we can fix everything for everyone.
Okay, all right. Well, we've covered a lot, Dylan. So now we're just gonna go into the fun therapy section of this. So meme therapy started because this was like a sketch packet I wrote for like late night, where instead of a therapist who was like old school showing you pictures of like Rorschach test, it was a therapist just showing you pictures of memes. So I'm gonna just show you a bunch of memes, and I'm just gonna ask you to react to them. So first meme.
Classic.
So wait, so what are your thoughts when you see this meme? Because I'm like, this meme, dude, this meme is hilarious to me. It's always like the funniest thing because it's like it's how you think. It's literally like how you think about stuff, and it always goes from like the most simplistic like thing to like the most advanced thing. But yeah, Dylan, your thoughts on this meme?
Dude, it made. I don't want to say what I'm thinking. I feel like it's like I've seen it on like so many like Wook accounts where it's like combining this with that, and then you get the last one, and it's like just dirty,
dude. Because like, dude, sometimes, well, I think the best part about this meme is it's supposed to be about perspective, and I'm talking about it like it's a fine piece of art because memes are fine pieces of art. And it's like, see, by the fourth panel, it's really like a genius turnaround of the thinker thinking about the thought.
It's when that thought reaches. You know what I see between the third and fourth panel is like, there you go. Look at that. It starts internal, man. You got the thought, and then it grows, and then on the third one, you got that idea bubbling. But what's an idea if you can't bring that energy out from the inside to the outside world? And that's what the fourth one shows.
Oh man, yeah,
that's fucking archangel like.
That's Elon Musk's baby.
Like stage one is like, all right, Arc, and stage two is like he got Grimes. You know what? Grimes could have come up with this. Maybe Grimes got Elon to come over and give us some more ideas. It's bubbling, and then stage three, they're like probably like one number away from the name they got, and then boom, 14, baby happens, boom, Archangel. Fuck that means CI812 or whatever.
All right. Okay, so that was the first meme. Here's the second meme. How do you feel about this one?
Dude, I love Monster. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, but dude, look at this meme and tell me how you feel, Dylan, about this. Besides loving Monster,
nostalgia, dude.
No, but. Dude, this is like next level meme because you need to like drive behind a family that has the basic layout of this. Of just like them and all the
I didn't even put it together, dude. I didn't even put that together. I'm so dumb. Yeah, it's the fucking Oh my god! Thank you for breaking that down. That's terrible, dude. That's awesome.
I like how you're just like initially like I love Monster. That was the initial. You saw the meme and you're like, you saw this meme and you're like, I love Monster. You saw this, you're like, I love Monster.
Dude,
then you realize what it is.
That makes me think of the people at like that. That photo is taken from an RV being dragged behind that fucking Chevy into the woods for a weekend. And that RV is carrying fucking ATVs. I have a lot of beef with RVs in my living.
Okay, dude, that's fair. Okay, if you had to guess the name of every family member in this, what would you name them?
Oh god, dude. Derek.
Derek is married. Derek is married to Trisha.
Firstborn son is fucking Justin. Is it order? I guess second-born son, Travis.
Justin, Travis, they both have aspirations of being dirt bike.
Yeah. Dude, all I'm thinking about is like the Fox. Remember Fox? Like I'm sure everyone in rural Maine rocked that shit.
Yeah, dude, the Fox brand motocross, baby.
God, scream. What's her daughter's name? Fucking something dumb, dude. Penny, no. Yeah.
Like a Tammy Lynn, like a Jamie, something Lynn.
Yeah, Jamie Lynn, dude. That's it. They couldn't even name it themselves. They took it off Britney Spears' sister. It's just Britney Spears' sister's name for sure. Oh, what?
Okay, so we jump into that one.
What sticker do you think is missing from the back of that? What's like another sticker they need?
Dude, they need like the true. They need the true deer like camo hunting one. Like that's it. or they need a Bass Pro Shop sticker.
I'm bleeding from my teeth. All right.
Okay. So here's the next meme.
What?
How does this make you feel? I did clearly relevant blast from the past memes. The relevance is literally, yeah. How do these lyrics play by Evanescence bring me to life? Make you feel?
I don't even know. This is a song,
dude. You know this song by Evanescence. Wake me up, inside. Like that, like goth emo anthem.
I relate to the fourth panel. Save is
just a kid screaming, "Save me!"
with a milk.
Okay. All right, let's just go into this next one. How do you feel about this one? It's a SpongeBob meme.
Relatable.
Relatable. So it's
relatable to Marcus Cardona.
don't put that on me, man. I'm just like, geez, because I'm like because for everyone who's listening, this is a meme of Poseidon, and he's looking at like a stack of burgers when he has to make burgers against SpongeBob. But for Poseidon, it's like 1,000,000 burgers. And it says, my friend, his master's degree, high-paying job, saving up to buy a house soon to get married. And then SpongeBob is me, collection of Pokemon cards from 2000 and his one burger that he made. But dude, yeah. So how do you feel about that one besides relatable, Marcus?
You know what? I think you can see a lot more genuine love in SpongeBob's eyes than Poseidon. Poseidon's a piece of shit, dude. That's it. You know what? SpongeBob has passion.
SpongeBob has passion, dude. I think that's a big takeaway because I'm like, in terms of like comparing success, like it's so hard for a lot of us, especially like the millennial generation. We're just like, we have to be proud of the small accomplishments because I'm like, even like the top one, I'm just like, I don't care about that one.
Yeah. It's like You could see SpongeBob isn't clouded with societal bullshit. I mean, clean mind, pure heart, and all he needs is one burger. He doesn't need a tower of burgers.
Yeah,
And if you remember the episode, all of Poseidon's burgers taste like shit, and SpongeBob tastes great. So that's what having heart is, kids.
Okay, and then here's the last one, which is my favorite, because Dillon, I don't know how long have you been using this word wook?
Dude, forever, man.
Okay, because Dillon is like the only person I know who uses the term wook. So wook is, according to Urban Dictionary, and this is my favorite, is a noun or adjective, a dirty, hairy, stinky, malnourished, dishonest creature that often travels in packs with possibly and unfortunately mangy, multicolored dogs on handmade, all natural hemp leashes, or alone wandering aimlessly around a concert, usually hippie music parking lot with a few seemingly more important than the music goals, find as many mind-altering substances and cram them into their bodies as fast and furiously as possible. Get into the show somehow. Don't lose their dog this time. And if by chance they come across unattended property such as a cooler, chair, backpack, or a beverage, it will become their own. Also, once inside the show and the music begins, even if it sucks, a true wook will never be able to tell the difference, because once the substances take effect, many of them can actually be seen dancing and grooving. I'm guessing that's grooving to music they can only hear. Wooks are usually useful, or only useful in one way: if you're trying to warn or scare a younger, more influenced friend about the dangers of drugs, just tell them to observe and study the behaviors of wooks in their natural surroundings. But warn them if they get too close, they may risk becoming one themselves. And the sentence that they use is, "My friend's older brother is a sneaky wook," by Sweaty Ray in 2005. Okay, so Dillon, how is that description of wook, and how is that description to the term of wook that you use?
Pretty accurate. I think that I hold them a little bit higher as people. I think they're pretty good people.
You're just like, that guy's just like a hippie. Okay, because can you explain wook to the people? What's a wook to you?
A wook to me is this is not what I thought this podcast was going to do. Piece of shit. What does?
I'll stop laughing.
Oh my god, yeah, dude.
So what, Dillon? What is a wook to you, Dillon?
A wook to me is a smelly, music-loving, free-loving person that knows how to party and have a lot of fun and you meet him definitely in a parking lot of a music show. Usually trading some goods, selling some goods. Usually some good stories. We'll hang out, maybe linger.
Lingering, man.
Lingering, man. And they're definitely the wizards of music festivals and stuff. Like they'll turn a Pop-Tart into like a Mercedes Benz within like 2 days of just finessing and food.
Oh man, dude, good. Because Dillon, you're a fish head, right?
I hate not fish, but everything but.
Yeah, okay, no, because you're definitely a jam band festival goer.
Mhm.
I'm like, because like I made a joke about how I think that the people who are just like jam band people are fine and content during quarantine, but they're just blasting jam band music to make time go by, but they're just like walking through the spaces of their like living spaces, just like dazed.
Yeah, like Nugs TV, which is like
what is Nugs TV? Explain this.
Okay.
You can't keep dropping references like Wooks and Nugs TV without explaining what this is.
Nugs.tv is a app. It's a music app that has like recorded shows on it, right? So like for all the bands I like, I can listen to their shows. I can't afford it anymore, but they also have live streams, and so they've been live streaming like all the time, people playing music, like the bands that I love. So yeah, I've been getting my fair share of the music. I actually not even like Wookiee Jam Band, Grizz did a live.
Grizz is good.
This is good. He did a live stream, and I was up camping alone. But like I said, I had enough service so I could get my memes. Turns out I could do the live stream up there. I said, "God damn it!" I set up a Slack line.
You set up a what?
A Slack line.
What's that? A Slack line. Oh man, dude. Dillon, you're such a stereotypical white New England dude.
Yeah, so I was just Slack line playing that, and like where I was in this part of like Arizona's like northern Arizona's like hippy dippy cool. I'm not sure. I haven't gotten a text from him. I'll let you know.
Yeah, I'll let you know, bro. That's fine. So yeah, so northern Arizona's hippy dippy.
Yeah, and then southern is like totally different, dude. It's fucking
Like
crazy.
It's guns, right? It's like the guns Arizona, right?
Yeah, guns. Dude, I like tried to go camping down there, and like a bunch of people on ATVs with like their kids hanging over their shoulder and just falling off, and like it was just like just chaos down there.
But anyway, Dillon, this has been fantastic. I'm so glad that you've talked to us about life in Arizona. Again, Dillon is the host of the Poconino Chronicles on Instagram. When you go live again?
What's up?
When do you go live for the? Yeah, what do you want to say about the Poconino Chronicles?
The house is starting to like come to life. It's not in my house. I'm just in the kitchen like doing this.
Yeah.
Coconino Chronicles live Sunday 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check me out on Instagram at nomad_Watson NOMAD_WATSON.
I got you right there.
No between Nomad and Watson.
Yeah, dude, I got you. Yeah, so follow Dillon, Nomad Watson. Anyway, Dillon, anything you want to say to anyone listening?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, my Instagram handle has a underscore between Nomad and Watson, but it's all.
Oh my god! Oh,
and I mean, a piece of shit. And no, I would love to have people on. It's an open mic, free-flowing space where you can share any type of artwork, discuss what you're doing, how you're doing in quarantine. We mainly have musicians and poets, but this week we're going to have a photo slideshow. We're going to have live painting. So it's definitely coming together and growing every week, just like Marcus's podcast.
Yeah, all the viewers. Yeah, so if you guys direct correlation, been like, oh, how do you find the Coconino or you found Meme Therapy, you found them through the mutual connection of me and Dillon Watson. But anyway, Dillon, you're always such a pleasure. Dillon, thank you for coming on to Meme Therapy. I hope you had fun.
I had fun. I'm sorry about all the technological.
No worries, man. I just have so much editing to do now, but thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad you're gonna edit it. To probably edit out the part where I shut up my works.
All right, I'll see you, Dillon. Bye. Anyway, guys, yeah, so that was the episode 2 of Meme Therapy. We'll be back hopefully next Friday, probably around 7:30 again. But yeah, thank you guys for watching Meme Therapy. My name is Marcus. Again, we are sponsored by Someday Bar in New York City. We are also taking on some more sponsors, so if you're a business that's operating out of Maine or New York, or you can offer some services remotely, feel free to slide into my DMs and then look for me on social media at Marcus Cardona. It's going to be streaming live on Facebook, but maybe we'll make the switch over to YouTube. And I also do have a Patreon. Again, so that's patreon.com/Marcus Cardona. Subscribe for more episodes of Meme Therapy, but also to fund other projects that are coming out from the mind of Marcus Cardona. Thank you guys for listening and watching. You guys have been great. Bye.